Okay, live from Ray's office. We're going to go over our new RIT packs. So, this is the RIT-Pak III from Scott. It's a 60-minute cylinder like we're accustomed to. It is in Scott's bag. This does have rigid sides on it, so it does feel a bit bulky by comparison to what we're used to. However, if you put this RIT pack next to what we currently have, or a couple of other options, which I'll touch on briefly, it's really not that much bigger. It's pretty close to the same size. We're doing an alternate configuration on this, and I'll tell you how we ended up where we are. So Scott came out with this, right? And they had originally figured this where there's a ball handle here and there's a T handle here. And what they would say was the ball handle side is your low pressure and the T handle side is your high pressure. Well, for this compartment right here to not only hold a mask, but hold a regulator, which they wanted tightly coiled in here, and then have that also pre-connected to the same connector that our UEBSS has on it, that buddy breather connector with the male and the female rectus connections on it. It's just a lot going on right here, and it's so difficult to get in there. And if you think about the hierarchy of needs for RIT, you're going to be UAC first, regulator second, mask is our last resort. And so with that being in mind, you would have to actually tear this compartment kind of apart and uncoil a bunch of stuff to be able to access the regulator, which is our second option. And then you'd have a mask that you would have to contend with or would likely get lost, or, you know, it just didn't seem like it was going to work out for us very well. So we evaluated this, and I actually purchased a bag from True North, who makes our what we currently have on the inner sparrows is called the True North L2. Well, they've got a new bag that's the True North L3. It's a very, very nice bag. Matter of fact, it's what MSA uses for their RIT packs. FDTN has also developed a bag, and Chief Shyman obtained one of those, and we put this Scott setup in each of those bags, and then evaluated the Scott pack, how Scott said to set it up, the Scott pack in this alternate configuration, and then the L3 and the FDTN bag. And what we kind of arrived at is this will suit our needs very well. So we've kind of set this up in a similar configuration actually to how FDTN does it, but this bag is a little bit easier to access everything in, and it's also got this hard skid on the bottom, which the FDTN bag does not have, which will allow this to avoid snags and to sail right through a structure pretty smoothly. So we ended up here. So anyway, this end has a mask in it. The mask does not have a nose cone in it. Otherwise, the whole outside of it is the same as a medium mask. Doesn't really matter. It's going to fit on just about anybody and do what we need it to do. But that's the only thing that lives in this end. Of course, we're going to store it with the head harness over the lens of the mask. It's pretty easy to implement. As I'm working my way down here, we got two pockets here. The tools that we currently carry, that sling and the shears, will probably end up living in this smaller pocket. And the reason for that is versus this long one, the small compartment actually has better access. The whole thing actually velcros open. So I think that's where that's going to live. That'll be an easy thing to contend with, easy to access that gear if we need it. It does have this remote on a gauge on here, so we can always keep an eye on the pressure. This also has HUD lights in it, so it will give you the exact same light pattern that your heads-up display on your mask regulator has. EOSD, so the low air alarm on these is 25%, which is industry standard. Obviously, our SCBAs are around a third, so around 33%. RIT packs are 25%. And this pack will alarm a bell at that pressure. The T-handle side, so we're calling this the air side. So instead of low pressure, high pressure, how we've configured this is mask, air. So the T-handle is air. Everything you need for air is right here. I'll go ahead and show this. So the entire side of this opens up. And this is how we'd replace our cylinder. It's got two straps here. It has these hard plastic sleeves here on the side. So this is the UAC hose. This is the essentially buddy breather hose, and it's what connects to the mask regulator as well. Let's see if I can figure out how to get, there we go. All right, so UAC hose, and then it just gets fed back in until it stops. And then there'll be a little tail sticking out. Shove a little bit more of that in, but leave a comfortable amount out for easy access. I'll be able to get it with a gloved hand. The regulator, we are going to pre-connect this, and I will show you this. This is quite a long lead, actually. So here's that buddy breather connection with the male and the female. We've pre-connected the regulator to it, but we can keep pulling. It's actually a very long hose, so we've got plenty to work with if we need it. Now this is the only thing we've got to watch with this, is we're going to feed this back in until it reaches the end of the bag down by the mask end. Kind of grab another bite and feed it in. This block right here cannot go in this way. If it goes in this way, it will get stuck. It needs to face out. Think about hose couplers and having a tight hose bed, or a hose bed maybe with a top on it, like some of our crosslays have, where you cannot accommodate a flipping coupler, so you've got to lay them in there where they come out straight. This is the same deal. It has to go in this orientation. So you're going to shove it in there some, and then you're going to make another bite with the hose for the regulator and feed that in. The regulator is just like the regulator for the mask, except there is no HUD. We always want our purge valve to be closed, and we want to make sure that the air saver switch is also in the closed position, so you click it all the way forward. Cylinders. So this differs from our SCBA cylinders in that this is not a snap change cylinder, it's a CGA connection. So that's right there. When you're referencing cylinders and this pack in PS Tracks, you're going to use this number right here. So this is 04 RIT, and this is S6027 is the cylinder, and this number is also on the other side down here, and it's the same on all our cylinders. There's two sides, but always on this valve end of the cylinder. Through a daily check real quick, okay? And the check sheet for this is available for your use. I would highly encourage you to get onto PS Tracks, select as your station, select maintenance shop, and then find the RIT-Pak in the SCBA checks there. If somebody's already done it for the day, it won't be available as a check, but you can click as needed. And find it there and do it at any time. So as many people as would desire to can do this check in one day, okay, within this fake truck. So enter your pack in, or enter your RIT-Pak in there. So anyway, we're gonna walk down the check here. So the first item would be that everything's clean, there's no soot, no insulation, no dirt, no debris, and if anything's soiled or contaminated, it needs to be cleaned before you proceed further, okay? So that's good. So the mask, we're going to visually inspect the mask. So the head harness and straps are not torn or frayed. The buckles are attached and undamaged, so we're going to look all the way around the mask at all the attachment points. Everything there looks good. The rubber components are in good shape. They're pliable, they're not brittle, they're not cracked, they're not torn. And the lens, there's no cracks, crazing, or other damage. And again, we do want this head harness to be stored over the mask lens so it's easy to apply to somebody if we would ever need to, right? That's nothing new. So that's all good. Next, we're going to look at our regulator. So our regulator, the body is intact and undamaged, no cracks, no blemishes of any kind that look like they would affect the operation. The seal right here, this whole seal all the way around here is here, and it looks like it's in good shape. The air saver switch is intact and undamaged, and it's in the closed position, so all the way forward. The purge valve, same deal, looks good, all the way closed. The hose is intact and undamaged, no splitting, no cuts or tears or anything like that. It's all in good shape. The air connection, right here, I'm going to pop this off and just kind of take a look at this and make sure that nothing looks like it's out of whack, nothing's excessively worn. It looks like it's how it should be. Okay. And then the regulator is pre-connected to the RIT-Pak UBESS hose. UEBSS hose, excuse me. So that's all good. So the bag itself is intact and undamaged. The skid material is not torn or damaged.